we're ready to go for trial 2 with our methyl red solution. So there's our methyl red. Now, I did not change or add any more NaOH to this burette. So your final volume that you recorded for trial 1 should be your starting volume for trial 2. So, in case you want to look at it again. Here is your final volume for trial 1, starting volume trial 2. Now, I'm going to run this quickly at first, turn my stirring on, and then I'm going to slow down a lot and start doing this drop by drop. So it's probably going to take me a little while to get through it. So I've got this going just drop by drop real slowly right now. You can see when the drops go in, it's yellow, but it's turning orange. So I'm just gonna kind of let it drip here. It's getting less pink, it's orange right now. So you just get this. So if you're handy with the burette, you can set it to where its drip rate is really slow. And remember the color yellow that we're looking for. And I believe that's it. Oh, it was pretty close the first time. I'm gonna add one single drop here. I got one on the end of my burette. Very carefully. And I am indeed at the end point. All right, so that was my second trial with the methyl orange. This is the one that needs to count for the calculations, because the first one was just kind of a quick guesstimate where I deliberately overshot it, so this titration went much faster. So let me get you the contrast so you can write your final volume down. See if I can raise this tripod and give you a real steady state. I hope you're not getting motion sickness. All right, close. All right, so you should be able to see the meniscus. It's right here. I moved the tripod up too high. Scoot down. There we go. So there's the meniscus. Can you see the numbers? You cannot. There's the numbers with the meniscus. So it is between 26 and 27. So you can use the hash marks there to determine what you think the final volume is. Because again, how you read the burette and how I read the burette are going to be different based on the estimated digit, and that's okay. But make sure you record that trial 2 of the methyl orange titration in part 2 on your data sheet. Now we're going to get ready for part 3. So The instructions say to rinse the pipette. I'm not gonna rinse the pipette. I have a new flask. Rinse the flask. I'm just gonna use a new flask, so I don't have to wash it out, because I'm in the lab by myself, so that means I can use all the equipment. Don't overreact. Now, so I've already rinsed my burette previously with NaOH, so I don't have to do that again. Now, I'm gonna get 10 more milliliters into my new flask. With my volumetric pipette going up to right here. Here's the hash mark. Maybe you can see that. There we go. So this is coming all the way. By this point, we've used volumetric pipettes before, so you should be comfortable with the procedure for how to use a volumetric pipette. Right there on the money. Going into, this is going to be my phenolphthalein, and I'm going to do the same thing with just adding some water for bulk, but make sure that the 10 mLs is going to be, and you can say 10.0 since this is an analytical skill. So use 10.0 mLs. That's the initial volume. I'm just going to add some water for bulk so we can see the color change. Just adding a little bit of water in here so we can see it. Now, phenolphthalein isn't quite as exciting initially as the methyl orange, but we're gonna need it. I gotta grab I'm gonna need to grab my magnetic stirrer again. So let me get a wash bottle and wash this off real quick. Just to make sure. All right, so I've washed off my magnetic stirrer there. It's going back in. This time we're gonna add 3 drops of phenolphthalein. So here's my phenolphthalein. Scoop this on back down again. All right, flask, 3 drops. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now remember, phenolphthalein is initially colorless and then it's going to turn pink. So, and we want baby girl pink. We do not want fuchsia. We do not want hot pink. We do not want red, like pink lipstick. So be careful there. Now, before I put this under there, just to be careful, I'm going to put my NaOH waste under here, and I'm going to refill my burette, and so we can get our initial volumes again. So with the funnel up here, filling the burette. Okay, so now I have my burette filled with NaOH, and I want you to read the initial volume. So I try to knock things over. So here's your contrast. Here's I'm gonna give you a couple of angles there. Pause when you need to make sure you get an accurate reading. There. Okay, so this is phenolphthalein trial 1. All right. Now that we are ready, scoot that down a little bit. We have our magnetic stirrer in our flask. Turn the stirring on. And again, I'm going to run this real quick. since I know what it's gonna look like, I may be able to just get this in one go. We'll see how skilled I am at the titrating. All right, so maybe you can see it's starting to turn pink right where it drops in. Starting to get a little bit pinker everywhere else. Alright, look for pink. The pink's starting to last a little bit longer. Not quite there yet. Be careful. Nope, not quite. Alright, so now I got it going drop by drop here. What do you think? Maybe we should do one more drop just to be safe. Very carefully. Look at that. I only needed one trial. I've titrated with phenolphthalein enough. I know what I'm looking for. So when I use other indicators, I really tend to need to overshoot it to get an estimate. With phenolphthalein, one trial. So let's save some time. Look at that, perfect pink. All right. So let's get our final volume. You do not have to do a trial 2. You're welcome. So here's our final volume. There's the contrast. There's the burette. I'm going to move it around a little bit so hopefully you can see the meniscus here is between 26 and 27. So make sure you can get a good reading there on the meniscus. All right. Now I have also gone ahead and turned off the hot plate. This has been boiling for long enough, so I'm about ready to take it off the hot plate and let it finish cooling while I get ready to prep this last titration with the pH meter. So let me go get the computer and the pH meter set up, and then we'll do this again.